If you've ever wondered how to elevate your Procreate artwork with stunning fonts, my friend, you're in the right place. I promise you, by the end of this video, adding and downloading fonts will be nothing but a breeze. Now, I know learning a new program can feel pretty daunting, but fear not, your boy Anderson is here to help. In this Procreate tutorial, I'm here to guide you through each step with easy to follow instructions that even a dog can do. Well, you get my point. So with that being said, let's get started by opening a new canvas in Procreate. So the first thing I want to go over is how to find the text option. So we're going to start by locating our wrench icon. And now we're going to tap our add category. And here's where we're going to find the text and option. So this is going to bring up our keyboard. So let me type in something for an example. For subscribe, which you should do right now if you haven't, because you definitely don't want to miss our future Procreate videos. So now that we got that out the way, I think I'm going to go with design for our example. And now I want to show you how to edit your font styles. And we could do this by tapping the double A icon, and this will pull up our font style options. So over at this section, you'll be able to choose any font that you want to use for your design. In this section, we have our style panel. For those who don't know, font styles refers to different variations or weights in our selected typeface. For example, in this section, you could choose between light, bold, or regular typefaces. Just keep in mind, different fonts have more or less typefaces that you can choose from. So right next door, we have our design options. In this section, it allows you to change the size and spacing in your font. So let me show you an example. Here, we'll be able to do things like play with the size by moving the slider back and forth. Next up, we have our kerning option. So for those who don't know, kerning in typography allows you to adjust the space between two letters. And you could do so by first tapping which letters you want to move. The next option below, we have tracking, and allows you to affect the space of all letters at the same time. In order for me to show you the rest of the font options, I'm going to need type on two separate lines. The next type option I want to show you is leading. And this allows you to change the vertical spacing between text. Now this brings us to a baseline option. This allows you to move where exactly you want your text to sit on the document. Now we're going to move over to our attribute section. Over here, we'll be able to move our alignments from the left to the center or even to the right. Right underneath that, we have a U icon, which allows us to underline our text. Then over here, we have our O icon, which allows you to outline our text, which is pretty cool. And if you hit this I icon, you'll get vertical text. So now that we know how to add fonts, this brings us to a new problem. And that's, how do we download custom fonts into Procreate? Well, I got some good and some bad news for you. Let's start with the bad. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of process to do this, and Procreate does not make it easy to get this done. Okay, so time for the good news. Yes, it is possible. And after some trial and error, I was able to figure out the process. And I'm going to show you guys how you could do it in a few easy steps. First, we're going to go to a website where you could download some fonts. I'm currently using defont.com. It's a great place if you're looking for free fonts. So once I find a font I like, I'm going to go ahead and hit the download button. Once the font downloads, I'm going to go to my home screen, and then I'm going to tap Files. Then you're going to tap this download folder. So if the zip of the font was saved onto your iCloud, we need to move it to our iPad. And we're going to do that by clicking the zip file. Then we're going to tap move, then hit the on my iPad option, and then hit copy. So now that the file's on our iPad, all we need to do now is just one more thing so we're able to get access to it on Procreate. All right, so here's how we're going to make this happen. Now we're going to go back to the on my iPad option. There we'll find our zip file. Now we're going to tap the zip file and then the folder. And now we could see our type is ready for Procreate. Now let's go back into Procreate and open our font options. And here we're going to click the import fonts. Then we're going to scroll down to on my iPad. Here I'm going to find my bubblegum font folder. And now we're going to tap to add the file to Procreate. So perfect. It looks like bubblegum was added. Now we're going to simply highlight our word. And then we're just going to go through our fonts until we find the one we just downloaded. Click it. And then now we have a new font. So now that we know how to add in type and also download custom fonts, naturally the next question is, how do I color it, and how to also add in cool design effects? Well, I got good news for you. You can learn more in this next video.